the stocking cap method. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but that's what I've been calling it, all over Instagram, and now I'm starting to see it on YouTube as well. So I wanted to try it out for myself just to see if it's a little bit better than what I've been doing. So the wig that I'm going to be demonstrating this on is from WowAfrican. It's a 360 wig. It's 100%, not 100%, it's 150% density, and it's Brazilian virgin hair. I got it in 18 inches, and my cap size is a size small, and the lace is light brown. I'll have all that information along with my coupon code and direct links down below in the description box. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I like to do is I like to remove the middle comb. I don't know the purpose of this comb. Maybe somebody can tell me down below, but I hate it. All it does is snag my wig cap and hook onto my braids. So I always remove that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bleach the knot. So I'm going to use this Blond bleaching powder. You guys are probably used to seeing me use the BW2 bleaching powder, but that powder chokes the crap out of me. So this one is a little bit thicker and it's dust free, so you don't have to worry about it flying all over the place. I got it from Sally's, and yeah, it also has like coconut oil and conditioning properties in it, so you don't have to worry about like breakage and things like that, or at least not as much breakage. That's what the bottle says. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this 20 volume developer and add it in slowly, because I like to get it the consistency of, I want to say like Cool Whip, the Cool Whip that comes in like the flat jar, how it's kind of thick and it doesn't drip, because you do not want this to seep through. And then I just like to use a plastic spoon and I like to tap it on to the lace. Have the front of the wig nice and covered in bleach. I like to go ahead and peek in and make sure that the bleach is actually pushing through, but not too much, but just enough to where it's covering the black dots at the bottom of the lace. And if not, I just take the back of the spoon and kind of push it through, and I let it sit for about 15 minutes because it's 20 volume developer, so it turns kind of slow. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take the Shimmering Light shampoo and wash it out. Next, I'm going to use my stocking cap. I like to put this on the wig head first, because if you can see, my wig head has been through a lot, and it just kind of helps me see a little bit better when I'm plucking. So once I have everything pinned down, I just go ahead and pull the hair out of the way. And what we're going to do first is we're going to break up the hairline. So as you can see, this is actually like a nice shaped hairline, and it is pre-plucked, just obviously not enough. So no one that I know has a straight row of hairs in the front. So what I'm doing now is I'm just breaking up that front row of hairs, and I'm just going to create dips and grooves in it, because we don't want a straight row of hairs in a line, if that makes sense. So I do this for the entire front of the wig, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start breaking it up into sections. So I like to do this in 4 sections. I do each side, and then I split the middle into 2, and then the other side. So once I have my section parted out, I part out another section, and I go back maybe an inch and a half, and I start to thin out the hairline. So what we are doing now is we're just parting it I probably parted about 4 to 5 times, and I just start to thin out the hairline by creating the same dips and grooves that I did on the front of the hairline in each section that I'm parting out. So this is the most tedious process of the whole wig wearing thing, but you have to remember that you literally only do this once. So once you do this, then you don't have to do it anymore unless you buy a whole new wig. And you want to take your time with this. You want to make sure that you're actually pulling the black dots. Well, it's bleached now, but you want to actually make sure that you're pulling the knots out of the lace and not just breaking the hair, because if you're just breaking the hair and not actually pulling the whole hair out, then you're not thinning it out, you're just creating little short hairs everywhere. and you don't want to over pluck. So you just want to pluck the areas that look too full and not the areas that you have already kind of thinned out, because you have to remember that with each hair that you're pulling out, you're exposing that part of the lace. So you don't want all of that lace to be showing through once you put the wig on. It's guaranteed that we did it. First night I came over, she had me in her room. And all that I'm thinking is look what a car can do. It got me getting you outside your fence, and you used to say, so once one section is complete, I just move on to my next section, and you want to remember to comb through as well, because when you comb through, you pull away the hairs that you've plucked, and if you kind of just leave them there without brushing them back or combing through, you may over pluck, because you may pluck areas that still look full, but it may just be the hair that's still chilling right there, if that makes sense. And here I'm just showing you guys the difference in the two sections that I plucked compared to the other two sections that I haven't touched yet. Now that I have the whole hairline plucked, I just want to start creating my baby hairs. So what I like to do first is I like to position the baby hairs first, and that's why I'm using the holding spray, because I don't want to keep piling on the gel yet, because I wasn't even sure how I wanted to do the baby hairs, if that makes sense. So using the holding spray kind of just helps me get a vision of what I'm going for. I've been having memories of my exes, all my chicks in Texas, New York, California. So once I have an idea of where I want the baby hairs to be and the swoops to be, now I can go in with the black Got To Be glue and style them how I want them. Never got together when they see it, they be salty screaming. She the one that they wanted. She the one that they wanted. Still the one that I wanted. Still that number one. So now I'm just going to restyle the hair, because I combed the crap out of it, and I'm just wetting it and then going in with this Shea Moisture Frizz Free Styling Cream. I'll link everything down below that I'm using as well, in case you guys want to use this too. You so bad I had to drop that bass on you. No, you so bad the feds might build a case on you. Now I'm going to reposition the pins and put them in the actual hairline, because now I'm going to cut it. Oh my gosh, I sound like I was about to start rapping. So yeah, I'm just cutting around the baby hairs in the hairline that I created, literally as close as I can get to it. And then I'm just going to let the hair and everything dry in place. So now for the actual application of the wig, we're going to look like we're about to rob a bank for a couple of minutes, so just bear with me. And we're going to take the yellow Got To Be glue, and we're going to outline our hairline on top of the wig cap. And then I like to use the freeze spray just to make sure that it's actually sticking and not going to roll up. And this is another long part, because you want to make sure this is 100% dry before you put your wig on it. And it took probably about 30 minutes for this to literally completely dry. So once it is dry, you can see it pretty much turned clear, and I'm just going to go around and cut out the extra wig cap. And you want to put the wig on and see if you need to cut away any more of the wig cap to make it fit the hairline that you created with the wig. So that's what I'm doing right here. So I'm trying the wig on and then seeing like, oh, I need to cut this part of the wig cap off just so it fits underneath the wig.
Be a better man, loving you, girl, then I'm through, girl. 'Cause if love can bring us closer, then I'm screwed, girl, I'll be screwed.
So I'm trying it on one more time and it looks fine, and then I'm just going to go ahead and take the Frizz spray one more time, and I'm going to spray around the wig cap that's on my hair just to make sure that it's not going to roll up from where I cut it, and it also turns the wig cap kind of clear and makes it like mesh into my skin color. Once the holding spray dries, I go ahead and put the wig back on, and now we can start to glue or gel the actual wig down. So first I like to go in with the clear got to be glue with one layer, and then I like to go in with a thin layer of the yellow Gorilla Snot and put that on top of it, and I like to blow dry it on cool until it gets a little bit tacky. You're going to see me tap it once I'm done blow drying it to make sure that it's sticky, and then I can begin laying the wig down section by section.
Can't bring us closer, then I'm screwed, girl, I'll be screwed. Ain't begging you to ride.
So once the wig is all tacked down, you just want to go ahead and take your scarf and tie it down for a few minutes. You can do your makeup or eat or do whatever. I'm just going to go do my makeup really quick, and then I'll be right back. So the gels are completely dry, and now I like to take some powdered foundation and I like to spray it with a little bit of water and go in over the lace part that's supposed to be scalp, and it's because sometimes the lace, or it could be the wig cap, makes it look a little bit ashy, like I don't know, it makes the scalp have like this weird tint to it. So I like to go in with wet powdered foundation and kind of just tap it in on the parts that are supposed to be scalp so it can get rid of that little white cast that sometimes reflects on people's wigs. And then I just take a toothbrush and brush it over the hair part so I can get the powdered foundation off of the actual hairs. And here are my final results, guys. I actually really like it, and I think it looks so natural. I've never done it like this before. This was my first time, and I think I might keep doing this. Well, I will when I glue my wigs down all the way in the front. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys, and I will see you on my next one.
Never got together when they see it, they be salty screaming. She the one that they wanted. She the one that they wanted.